Once now research person join our YouTube link in ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಗೂ ನಾವು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ
ನೀವು ಏನು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೃಷಿ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ
ಅದು ಟೈಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಿದೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು IPA ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಕಳ್ಸಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ
ಲಿಂಕ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ 10:30
ಸರಿ ನಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದು ಕೇಳ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು Hello. Sound good. Sound. Hello. Okay. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದಿಲ್ ಬರ್ತದ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅದ Hello. Madam, can you hear my voice? Madam, you have to join with your mobile audio. Mobile audio in the join ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ और तब रॉन्ग ज्वाइन ನೀವು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ
cellular data. Hello.
Functional impact madam, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ. Teaching, learning, research ಅಂತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, research
ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್
ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅದು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್
Hello, sir. Good morning.
ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಹಿಯರ್ ಮೈ ವಾಯ್ಸ್
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ಓಕೆ ಸರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
Hello. Is audible? Hello. Hello.
Good morning, one and all. I welcome you all on behalf of BLD, SB Arts and KCP Science College, Vijaypur, for the one-day national webinar organizing by IIC and R&D cells in association with Kapila Kalam Program for IP Literature and Awareness Institution by Ministry of Education. Before I begin the sessions, I would like to welcome our beloved Principal Ma'am, Dr. R.M. Midde. Welcome, ma'am. Our Vice Principal, Professor A.B. Patil, sir. Welcome you, sir. Our IKSC Coordinator, Dr. P.S. Patil, sir. Welcome you, sir. And I would like to welcome our SOP Coordinator, Professor S.D. Patil, ma'am. Welcome you, ma'am. And I would like to welcome our R&D Chairman and Convener, Dr. Mahesh Kumar K. Along with, I would like to welcome faculties of other departments, HODs of departments, and the technical team over here. And before I begin the session for first session, I would like to introduce about this today's webinar, why we have taken the IPR topic on collaboration with Kapila. Kapila is a Kalam program for IPR or IP literacy and awareness, which is initiated by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. This scheme provides financial assistance to all the institutions that are part of the higher education, which will create appropriate awareness regarding the need of IP filing. Their main objective is to recognize, facilitate, and felicitate the intellectual property, innovations, and the best practices in large number of educational institutes, and thus creates the culture for both faculties and the students to systematically protecting the new ideas and research. Their aim is to conduct the IPR awareness training program under NIPAM. NIPAM is a national intellectual property awareness mission. Through this, we are organizing the first session, that is, I would like to welcome today's first resource person, Ms. Chavi Garman. Let me take a moment to brief introduce about Ms. Chavi Garman. Madam is presently working as Group A NIPAM officer, examiner of patent and design, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Over the past period, Madam has served in various experience in the private and government sectors, and she has worked in seminars, Siemens Technology and Service Limited, Bangalore for a few years. Then she moved to Madhya Pradesh for forest service as Subdivisional Forest Officer, Sendhwa. Then afterwards, since 3.5 years, she has been working with the patent officer towards encouraging innovations in the society. With this brief introduction, I would like to welcome Ms. Chavi Garman, and Madam is going to deliver the lecture on Introduction to IPR and its various types. Madam, please welcome, and I would like to hand over the session to you, ma'am.
Thank you for such a warm welcome. I am really delighted to be a part of this session, and it's really an honor for me to give a session at such a prestigious institute. So, can I get the screen sharing option? Can the host give me the screen
It's
sharing?
there, ma'am. Share screen green. That you can use, ma'am.
It says host has disabled the attendee screen sharing.
Now you
Can
can.
you
Ma'am.
enable
Now,
it?
yes, now it's
Okay,
enabled.
okay. Oh, yes, perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
So I'll just share my screen. Yeah. So is my screen visible?
Just a moment, ma'am.
My screen is visible?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay, it might take a moment.
Camera.
Just check the camera settings, ma'am.
Hello?
Video,
Yeah, is
video
it
settings.
visible?
Just check the video setting, madam. Still, it's not visible, ma'am.
Okay, so what shall we
Mine is
do?
visible.
Yeah, you are visible to me.
Yes, ma'am.
And the screen is, my screen is not visible to you?
No, ma'am. It's completely blank.
Okay, give me a moment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Now
think some
your name is.
connectivity issue. Yeah. What about now?
Share with everyone.
You can set the option like share with everyone, ma'am.
Okay. Now also it's not visible.
It's taking time, ma'am.
Okay. Is it loading?
Yes, ma'am. It's loading.
Okay, okay. So, meanwhile, I'll just introduce our program while the screen is, getting loaded. So, our program is basically about the intellectual property rights, and the government of India has launched this program like almost 1.5 years back, and till date we have, given awareness to more than 18 to 19 lakh students and faculty members all over the nation. So our objective here is that to make everyone understand what is intellectual property, and to differentiate between different types of intellectual properties. we often see that, people get confused what is patents and what is designs. They often ask me, ma'am, do we need to file for a trademark or do we need to file for a copyright? So this way, this is the objective of the program. So I hope my screen is loaded now.
No, ma'am.
It's not.
Just once you check with the video, ma'am.
Okay, my video. Okay, give me a moment. I will just reconnect in a moment with you.
Yes, ma'am. Helen? Helen?
Just tell me now. Okay. Okay. I think it should work. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the disturbance. I hope, is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So my screen is also visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll just start the session without wasting any more time. So today our session would be divided into like 5 parts. First, we will deal with what is the introduction to IPR and what do you mean by IPR, its importance, and the different types of IPR that are there. So, what is intellectual property? You must have heard that intellectual property, I would say that it is something that you make with the resources that are there with you. You apply your brain, you put in your hard work, and what comes out is the intellectual property. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Please
Yeah.
make it slides, ma'am. Slideshow.
Sorry. Slides are working. I'll just change.
Slideshow. Slideshow, ma'am.
F5,
Slideshow.
F5.
F5.
Okay, it is F5. Yeah, I think it is full
No, ma'am.
screen on my. It's not visible.
No, ma'am. It's showing all this slides over there.
How come? But I have displayed only this one slide.
One slide.
There is a flash mark.
Flash mark is there, ma'am. I mean,
Minimize.
minimize and maximize button. Beside that,
This
left
one?
side, ma'am.
Zoom in, zoom out.
Right side,
Yeah.
ma'am. Right, below right, below right, ma'am. Below.
Okay.
Below right.
This
Yes.
one?
Huh, that's one. This one.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. But it's
Okay,
not
fine.
It's
So
okay, ma'am.
as I was saying, as I was saying, the different types of intellectual properties are there. So today we will try to understand what is patents, designs, trademarks, geographical indications, copyrights, and SICLD, that is Semiconductor Integrated Circuit Layout Designs. Okay, so let me give a brief example of what these things are. First of all, I'll take a simple example, a mobile phone or a laptop, right? During the COVID times, everyone must have, studied through the laptops or mobile phones. So you must have seen at that time that what is visible on your screen, that is the LED display. Okay. That if I type something, it is visible on my screen. So that is the LED display. And the technology, how you, when you type something, it is visible on your screen, is called as the patent. Okay. The body of the laptop, how the laptop looks. For example, an HP laptop looks different than the Apple laptop. Am I correct? So that is what is the design intellectual property. Okay. Like an example I use, an Apple laptop will have the logo of Apple on the body of the laptop. Okay. So that would be, a trademark. The logo of a company, that would be a trademark. With any electronic device, you get a manual. That manual is the copyright. Okay. How the chips are placed in a motherboard so that the laptop works properly, or the drone works, or the mobile phone functions properly is the SICLD design, the semiconductor design. Okay, how the semiconductors are placed in with each other is a semiconductor design layout. So this is how the intellectual property is divided. Every intellectual property is for a specific purpose. You cannot file a design application when you actually wanted a patent application. Okay, so the basic motive of this session is that, first of all, to understand what are the different types of intellectual properties, and secondly, to be able to differentiate between them. Moving on to the first part of the session, we will talk about patents. Okay. Uh, you guys must be watching cricket matches. So nowadays, in the cricket match, what happens is that there is a LED bail. You have seen this picture. So whenever a cricketer gets out, this bail rises up and a red color light is there in it. It means that the bail has left the stumps. This is what is called as the LED bails. This is a patented technology. The patent of this technology is given to the Australian person. One Australian person is there on whose name the bails have been called as a zinc bails. And whenever these bails are used in cricket matches all over the world, a huge amount of royalty goes to that Australian person. You understand the term royalty? Suppose I'll give a very basic example. You have a house. You give your house on somebody for rent, right? You do not give the house to somebody to stay just for free. You ask the person, give me rent, monthly rent, right? Similarly, when you have a patent in your name, that is an intellectual property in your name, you give it to somebody else to use your knowledge, your patent, then you can ask the person to give you rent. In intellectual property, we call rent as royalty. Okay, so this is what is the basis of the patent. What is the use of patents? People ask, okay, if I have a patent in my name, what will it be useful for me? Okay, so this is the use. You can earn a lot of money if you have a patent in your name. Okay, these were all examples. Now coming to the theory part of the patent, like what is a patent is that, it is a statutory right that is given to the applicant or the inventor for a product or a process, like the product is something which, like the LED bails. It can be a process also. It can be a process for making the LED bails. Okay. And one more important thing here is that patent is a territorial right. Okay. Uh, Territorial rights say, what do we mean? It means that a patent is given for, for if you filed for the patent in India, you would get the patent rights only in India. You cannot get the patent rights in Australia, in US. If you want to get the patent rights in other nations also, you need to file for a separate application over there also. Okay. Patent is a monopolistic right. What does it mean? Like I said, an Australian person invented the LED bales. So when now LED bales are used in India, a royalty amount is given to that Australian person. So it is a monopolistic right. Okay. And it is given for a term of 20 years. What is the criteria for obtaining the patent? Is that it is given to a product or process, like I said, and it should qualify three conditions. The first one being the novelty. Okay. What is the meaning of novelty? Novelty meaning new features. The patent should have new features. For example, the LED bales. Okay. LED bales were new. Nothing like that was existing in the market. So it qualified the criteria of novelty. And then inventive step meaning that the product or the process must have a technical advantage over the existing technology, like the LED bills. The We knew about the LED lights, but we have never put it in the bales and make a connection so that whenever it leaves the stump it turns red color. So this is a technical advantage over the existing technology. Okay. Then industrial applicability, meaning that it should be something that is usable in the industry, like in the cricket industry, LED bales have use. Okay. Few other examples. Okay. The first picture, I have put that picture in the presentation because, I want to communicate that you must be feeling that patent is, filing of a patent is a very complex thing. It is something, you have to go into the laboratories, make the electric connection in the LED bales and make the patent. But it is not so. In India, we often use this term, jugaad. Okay, so whenever we try to solve our daily problems in innovative way, it can be something that is patentable. For example, a person tried to solve this problem that babies cry a lot when shampoo goes into their eyes. Okay, so they made a baby hat. So the water flows in a conical fashion and does not hurt the baby's eyes. So this is what is solving day-to-day problems in technical way. If you do that, you can go for filing of the patent. It can be complex things like the drones. In future, you don't need to carry the mobile device. You can easily operate the mobile phone on your wrist. The hangers that we use in our cupboard were once upon a time patented. Okay, the LED hat, the shoe of Michael Jackson, it is a patented thing. Okay, like when I say you can get a patent on a lot of things, but what I don't intend to say is that it's not necessary that you can get patent on everything. For example, you cannot get a patent on that something that is against the law of the land. For example, if you say that I want to print 500 rupees notes, so you cannot get the patent on it. Okay. What you can get, it's not like you can just like it's shown in movies and series, you cannot start making a machine that prints the 500 rupees. So this is what I want to communicate, that something that is not against the law of the land, you should not do. So, for example, if you are angry with one of your friends and you say that I will throw a bomb at his or her home, so you cannot go for doing that. It's against the law of the land. Coming to the next part, that is what is the patent application process. How do you file it? If you come across an idea, and then what do you do? What you can do is that you can go to this link that is given here. e-patent filing link on IP India. Okay. On this website, you can go and file an online application. Okay. No need to go for physical office. You don't need to go, although you can go if you want. We have our offices in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. So once you do this, these are the forms that you need to submit. For example, form 1 will have all your details. Form 2 will have the details of the invention, title, background of the invention, and the drawings, your abstract, and everything. Details of the foreign filing, that is form 3, and then inventorship. Form 5 will have the relationship between the applicant and the inventor. Then the form 18 will have the request to examination. So in the request to examination, you can, go ahead, and at that point of time, you are requesting the office to, examine your application. So this is a very essential form, and you should file it as soon as possible. These are the fees for the patent application. For example, in form 1 will be around 1600 rupees, since you are in an educational institution. So you have to pay a lesser fees than the other companies. So you see that right now government is trying to promote the educational institutions to a great extent. Okay. And then form 18 pay, you have to pay the fees. So it comes around to be 5600 rupees in comparison to a company that is going for filing of the patent. So government right now thinks that the educational institution like yours are the hub from where the innovation can come, the future of the nation, and that is why such relaxation fees is given to a great extent. Then, for the e-filing, you will have this portal, which I said before. You can file this portal. Then, when I say that, what are the recent steps that has been taken by the government for, recently are this. Uh, Government has reduced the fees for patent filing for education institutions by 80%, as I've already mentioned. And even, if you have a women applicant in your application, you can go for expedited filing. Then the process of filing, if I discuss about this, uh, the process of filing of the patent application, then what is the process? How you can go for filing of the patent application? The criteria is that when you go for filing of the patent application, the first thing that you have to do is get an idea. Once you get an idea, try to write down the steps of your idea. Okay, what is the step that are there in your idea? Okay, you need to mention what are the technical steps. I need to clarify that. Not, and then you need to draw the basic drawings of your application. Okay, once you do the drawings, uh, you know the entire thing will be, entire drawings about what you imagine from your application. You need to do that. Once you do that, you can file a provisional application. The provisional application means that, you give a basic idea about your invention, your drawings, your abstract. No need to write the claims at the initial stage. In the complete specification, you can go ahead and write the claims. You need to submit the complete specification within 12 months of the filing of the provisional specification. Okay. Then when you have already done that, your application would be published. Once it is published, you can request for the examination within 48 months, and it will come to us. Like, I'm an examiner of patents and design, so the application will come to our rank people, and we will examine your application, and we will issue you a FER. Now, the meaning of FER is that first examination report. Okay. It means that I will examine your application on the basis of 3 criteria which I mentioned earlier: novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability. I will also look at what are the forms that you have not submitted, what are the forms that you have already submitted. So these all conditions you have to look forward. Once you read the application FER, you have to file the response within 6 months of that FER. Okay. You have to file the response within 6 months and re-exam, your application will again come to us and we will re-examine your application on the basis of the reply that you have given us. Okay. And then a hearing will be issued to you. In the hearing, what happens is that, it will be a video conference where you can, argue your case and we will put forward why we have not given you a patent or given you a patent, whatever be the case. So if all the objections are removed, you will get the patent under section 43 of the Patent Act. Okay. So this is the entire process of filing of the patents, and it is similar in all the other type of intellectual properties. Okay. So try to go for filing of the patents. It's not such a complex process. You don't need the patent agents. You don't need anybody else. You can go for your individual filing also if you follow these steps diligently. So these are the timelines. You can take a screenshot of this, page where the timelines are mentioned about what is the timeline for each type of form to be submitted. Okay. Going forward, this is how the patent certificate looks like. And now we have new certificates showing the 75th year's completion of independence. And going to the next topic, that is designs. So you've understood patents. Patent is something that is technical in nature. You need to have a technical invention. Okay. When you go for the designs, it is something that is visually appearing, in front of your eye. That is something that is, available to you. Okay. Uh, Design is what it is given to a 2D or a 3D object for the aesthetic outer appearance for a term of 10 years initially, and then you can further extend it for 5 years. So it seems difficult to understand, so let me just give you an example. Okay, you have seen the Coca-Cola bottle and the Pepsi bottle. Now imagine in your mind the shape of these two bottles. Is it different? Why? They both are, soft drink industry. They could have made same bottles, but they have different bottles. Why? Because in order to attract the consumer, I will go to the shop and I will say, give me the red bottle. The shopkeeper will give me Coca-Cola. But when I say the blue bottle, he'll give me the Pepsi. So why the companies have done it? In order to have an impact on the consumer's mind. The design is what is having the money these days. Why the bags of Prada or baguettes are very expensive? Because it has a brand name attached to it. The designs are unique of these brands. Okay. The sari design, it can be a design for a fan. It can be a car design. If you are into, drawing, make a car design for electronic cars. Get the design registered. And once you do that, maybe there might be a case that, the big companies will buy your designs. It can be a design for the watch. It can be, a design for the medicines, for the jewelry. It can be any of these things. Okay. It can be a footwear design. So this is what is the concept of design. Now, in the design, like in patent, we had few criteria. Similarly, in design, it should be something that is new and original. Okay. It should be something that is, not published anywhere else. It should be significantly distinguishable, meaning if you want to make a design for a biscuit, okay, so a biscuit design, for example, if I open a biscuit industry tomorrow next to your college, I say there are a lot of students who eat biscuit. So let me open a, factory. So when I open the factory, I file for the design of the biscuit. Okay. And I say it is a circular biscuit with 6 or 7 holes in it. Will I get a design on it? No, because Monaco biscuit is a similar biscuit. It is not significantly distinguishable. My design is not significantly distinguishable. So it should not be cut, copy, paste from anywhere else. It should be your own particular design. It must not be, it must not be contrary to the order and morality of the nation, the security of India, or anything like that. So it cannot be, you cannot make a design for religious symbols, the flag of the nation, the stamp paper, all these things you cannot design. The filing process, I'll not go into the depth of it because it is similar to that of the patent, as I've already mentioned. The link is different. You can go to this link of e-design where you can go for the design filing. For 1,000 rupees, it is very cheap and you can sell your designs later on to the big people who are running the factory or industry, or you can open your own startup, okay, for your own product. This is the portal and you require to submit very less forms in it, only just form 1 where your details would be mentioned, and the basic, you need to submit the drawings, the design of your application. Okay. Then the filing of the application, the filing process has to be, very straightforward. Just like the patents, you file for the application. We will examine your application and communicate to you the objections. Once we do that, we will issue a hearing. Okay. When all the objections are removed, your application would either be accepted or refused. Once accepted, it will be published in the official journal and you will get the certificate. Moving on to the third topic, trademarks. In Hindi, we call it Vyapar Chin. Okay. It means that something that is related to the trade, business. People who, if you're planning to open a startup in future, it's a very important topic for you. Okay. Trademark means that something that distinguishes your product or your service. Okay, when I say you burger, what comes to your mind? McDonald's, Burger King, right? None of the local shops comes to your mind. Okay, this shop that is there at the circle, okay, that has very good burger. No, because brand is what is the new term in the 21st century. How to have your brand is the first step is to get a trademark for your goods. Able to relate to it? Yeah. When I say, trademark, I mean to say that it's something, when I say pizza, you will not say the person who is selling the pizza at the street shop. If I ask you pizza shop kahan pe hai, where is the pizza shop? You will say, Domino's is at that XYZ location in your city. Okay, this is what is the brand. This is what is, in the 21st century we are living, and the brand is more important. No, nowadays you won't see people wearing shoes without any brand. People will say, I have wore Nike shoes, Adidas shoes. So what is this? This is a brand. And for creating a brand, you must have a trademark. That is what will distinguish your brand with others. Okay, got my point? Why trademark is important? even now, government has made it mandatory for, import and export to have a trademark. Okay, so this is what is the importance of trademark. So moving ahead, why and to whom trademark is given is that you can get a trademark for any word, any name, symbol, or device. For example, let me just give an example. Okay, McDonald's, as I was saying, McDonald's is a symbol that has got a trademark. Nike, the tick mark of Nike is the symbol that has got the trademark. Google, Google is the name, the logo that has got the trademark. Okay. Ye dil mange more. This is a tagline of Pepsi that has got a trademark. Okay. So this is what is the concept of trademarks. Okay. I hope it's clear now. Now going back to the slides. Yeah, trademark is given for a term of 10 years. Okay. And it keeps on, you can keep on renewing your trademark. Okay. Like Coca-Cola, every 10 years it renews its trademark. Okay. So this is what is the trademark. Okay. What is the importance of trademark? I've already said that it is for creating the brand, the public goodwill, the reputation in the market. Okay. And it gives a sense of security to the customer. When I go to a shop and I say, Bhaiya, I want Nike shoes. So I'm expecting a certain amount of quality from that shoe. So that is what, why I'm expecting this, because the Nike brand has created such a reputation in the market. Okay. So this is the concept of trademarks. So one more important thing you must have seen in your daily life is this TM and R mark. Have you seen this TM and R mark? So what it means that uh, even on any bakery items, namkeen packets, biscuit packets, you must have seen this TM and R. Okay, TM means that the product is either registered or not registered, or the person has filed the application. R means that it is registered. Okay. So whenever you go to the market and you want to buy something and you have a choice between TM and R products, always go for filing of the, buying of the R products, because it means that the product is registered. It has got the trademark. Okay. So it has a better reputation. Okay. Moving to the fourth topic for today, that is copyrights. Now, this topic I feel is, very close to the students, because students are generally more artistic in nature. And see, for remembering copyright, remember the term copyright is equal to artistic. Something that is artistic. Okay. It can be a painting, it can be a photograph that you have clicked, it can be a movie. Okay, it can be a musical work, it can be a novel that you have written. Okay, so all these things will come under copyright. Whenever you do any of these things, what you have to do is you have to file for the copyright in the intellectual property office. Okay, what is the use of it? Let me give an example here. Have you, you guys must be using YouTube. Okay. In YouTube, have you ever seen that at times it is written the video has been pulled down because of copyright infringement? Okay. Do you know about this? Have you ever come across this? I think you must have. So what happens? Why YouTube pulled down few videos due to copyright infringement? Because it might be possible that you must have copied the content that was authored by somebody else. you must have copied the same song which the other person has sung for making a remix. Nowadays, a lot of remix are coming in the market. So how they are coming? For making a remix, you must have taken the words of somebody else and copied their song without their permission. So then comes the case of copyright infringement. Okay. So this is what is the basic concept behind copyright. Let me, tell a few interesting facts about copyright, because this is an intellectual property that fascinates me a lot. Okay, there's a lot of scope in it. For example, movies, as I said, movies are given copyright. So suppose any movie you take, who gets the copyright for a movie? Is it the actor that is acting in the movie? Actress? Is it the director who gets the copyright, or is it the producer who gets the copyright? Okay, so in a movie, it is the producer who gets the copyright. And whenever we go to watch a movie, we never, bother to see who is the producer. But he is the most, wealthy person in terms of intellectual property. He has the rights of that movie. Now, what will he do of the rights? So let me give an example. You have watched Dawn movie. I'm not sure it's popular in Karnataka or not. Dawn movie. It is very popular in North India. Dawn movie has two parts, Dawn 1 and Dawn 2. So when Dawn 2 was made, Dawn 1, Dawn 2 producer must have taken permission from Dawn 1 producer to make the movie Dawn 2, because it is Dawn 1's producer intellectual property right of that movie Dawn 1. Okay. So permission meaning he must have given royalty to that person. So that is why I said he is the most wealthy person in the entire film, and we never look who is the producer of this movie. Okay. So whenever you go next to watch a movie, try to find out whether the producer of the movie has got the copyright or not. Okay. So this way you can, expand your horizon and look around you to see where our intellectual properties are there. Okay. Going back to my slides, just the theoretical part, like I've said all these things. For a novel, copyright duration is that, for the entire life of the author plus 60 years. Now, one more example, just to because I know I'm short of time, but I'll just give a quick example. Chetan Bhagat is an author. On his novel, a movie has come. So the movie's producer must have given royalty to Chetan Bhagat to produce the same movie. Now, imagine in India what is happening. A lot of students, children have a lot of fascinating stories to tell. So get your stories copyrighted. Then you may sell that copyright right to any producer who is making the web series. A lot of content is coming on the, OTT platforms. So you can sell if you have good stories, you can write it down, get the copyright on it, and you can then sell your copyright rights to a producer who can make a web series out of your story. Don't give anybody your idea of the story for free. You can earn money from this. Okay. The filing of copyright is pretty simple, just like the patents and other intellectual properties we have seen. You have to give the application, a formal check is done, and scrutiny of application is done. If any discrepancy is there, we will inform you. Otherwise, the application would be accepted. Okay. Moving on to the next topic, geographical indications. Okay. So this is pretty simple. You can understand from the name itself, geographical indication. Geography meaning in India, the entire nation has different states. Okay. So each state has a particular thing that is made in that state only. Okay. So for that, there is a GI tag, we call it. So you must have, can anybody tell me what is the GI tag that is given to Karnataka? Can anyone tell me? I think you guys must not be having the access to the speakers. So I'll just move ahead. Just think about it. What are the GI tags that are given in Karnataka? Okay. So GI tag is given to, for a specific geographical location, for a thing that is having the reputation, the quality, that and the origin to that place. For example, you guys must be knowing Mysore silk. Isn't Mysore silk a GI tag that is given to Karnataka? So that is an example of GI tag in Karnataka. So what is it relevant for you? If you are belonging to a village, or if you're belonging to a town, and your parents or your grandparents or your family members are doing some or making something that is not made anywhere else, that is something unique, it has some unique characteristics, you can ask them to go for filing of the GI tag. Okay. Now, if I am a tourist to Karnataka, if I say I go to Bangalore, what I will do there is, I am a sari lover. Okay, so first of all, I will buy the Mysore silk sari. Isn't it so? So for that, I will not be knowing the other varieties of saris until and unless it is publicized. So GI tag takes your unique thing to a world class level. Everybody in the world knows about the Mysore silk, isn't it so? There might be other types of silk which we are not aware, but you might be knowing. So take those silk also to the world level. You can go for filing of the GI tag. If I say, give other examples of the GI tag that are given in Karnataka, agarbatti of Mysore. Mysore agarbatti is very famous. Okay, it is made specially by certain, ingredients which are found in Mysore only and are formed there by the local craftsmen. So these are examples of the certain types of GI tags that are there in, and even, I cannot pronounce this very correctly, Channapatnam toys and dolls. Okay, so I'm really sorry for the pronunciation here, but this is what is also given the GI tag in Karnataka. Other state examples are, the Darjeeling tea, the Kanchipuram silk sarees of, the south, and the Ratlam save, Katputlis of Rajasthan. All these are given the geographical tags. Why it is given is that because, you can have a greater competition level, and you can take your brand to the world class level. Going forward, the last topic for today, SICLD. So what is SICLD is that when I say semiconductors, it means that nowadays devices are getting smaller and smaller day by day. Okay, so how the chips are arranged and how the device functions, how the chips are placed, that design of the layout is what is the semiconductor design layout. Okay, so for filing of the semiconductor design layout, you need to, file the application, and similar process. If certain objections are there, we will communicate to you. Otherwise, the application would be granted. Coming to the conclusion of my session for today is that few important takeaways. I'll just take 5 minutes to tell. Never tell, first protect, then publish. Never tell your friends about your idea. You might be friend, in college level, in school level, you feel that you're very close to few people. You tell your idea to them. But if that other person goes and files for the application before you, you will not get the protection anyhow. That idea will become that other person's. So first protect, first go for filing of your invention, and then, publish or tell your friends that I have filed the patent application. Let us see if I get the patent or not. Okay, and all these rights are territorial in nature. As I've said earlier, if you file for the patent in India or any intellectual property, your rights are protected only in India. Okay, for a limited period of time, Like I said, patent is for 20 years. Trademark, it can be renewed after every 10 years. And so, and it is a sovereign authority that gives the registration. Be it any intellectual property, it is the government of India that will give you the certificate. Okay. It is not any state government, not any municipal government or any college or school that can give you the patent certificate. If anyone comes and tell you, okay, give me 5,000 rupees, I will give you a certificate from government of Maharashtra, Rajasthan, patent certificate. So that is not possible. It is given only by the sovereign authority. Okay. Appointment of the patent agents or trademark agents is not mandatory. You can go for filing yourself also. So that would be all from my end. And if any questions are there, I think I can answer that. Can we have the questions, or do we have the provision to take the questions?
Can ask from there itself. It's audible.
One second. Like participants, you can add your questions into the chat box.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I request any of the participants have any questions, they can open to ask.
They can type it in the
They
chat
can
box.
type in the chat box so that we can convey the message to madam.
PPT share ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ madam. ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
PPT share.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was such
Sure.
an
Thank you. It has
effective-
been. Yeah.
It was
Please
such an
say.
effective and informative session that we have come to know about various designing concepts, various trademarks which are available now, and what we can think beyond that, and various facilities and filing facilities and funding facilities that what we can get from government, the huge support that every patent filing process is going to be and encouraged by the central government. And I hope many of our participants, faculties and students will take the best use of it. And ma'am, students are requesting to share the PPTs. Ma'am, can you share the PPTs to my email ID, ma'am?
Sure. I will drop you on the WhatsApp.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a
Sure.
wonderful session, madam.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
much,
Really
ma'am. Thank you so
delighted to be a part of it. And it was really motivating to see all the faculty members and their smiling faces during my session. It's very rare to see the faculty members getting so much involved, the principal madam and other faculty members. So really delighted, and thank you. I hope to see you all again next time. Thank you. Bye.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
And dear participants, we will be get back to the second section exactly at 11:45.
Share the other link.
We will share the other link so that you can join the YouTube live group.